Thank you for joining me today. This is a free and creative retelling of a biblical story, crafted not just to entertain, but to remind you that no matter what you're going through, God has a plan. Let's dive into one of the most powerful stories of redemption, resilience, and divine purpose, the story of Joseph, from the book of Genesis. Joseph, from pit to palace. Joseph was the favorite son of his father, Jacob. Out of 12 brothers, he stood out, not just because of the beautiful, multicolored coat his father gave him, but because of the dreams he had. In those dreams, he saw himself standing tall while others bowed before him. He didn't understand them fully, but he felt deep in his soul that God had placed something special inside of him. But instead of being celebrated, Joseph's dreams made his brothers jealous. One day, when he was only 17, they plotted against him. At first, they wanted to kill him, but instead, they threw him into a dry pit in the desert and later sold him to a caravan of merchants heading to Egypt. To cover it up, they dipped his colorful coat in goat's blood and told their father that he had been killed by a wild animal. Imagine Joseph, a teenager, betrayed by his own family, on his way to a foreign land, heartbroken and confused. But God hadn't abandoned him. In Egypt, Joseph was sold to a man named Potiphar, a high-ranking official. Joseph worked hard, stayed honest, and was soon put in charge of the whole household. Things were looking up, until false accusations from Potiphar's wife landed him in prison. Once again, Joseph faced injustice. Once again, his future looked bleak. But even in prison, Joseph chose faith over bitterness. The guards noticed his integrity and gave him responsibility over other inmates. While there, he interpreted the dreams of 2 fellow prisoners. One of them, the Pharaoh's cupbearer, promised to remember him when he got out, but he forgot. For 2 long years, Joseph remained in prison, waiting, hoping, praying. Then one day, Pharaoh himself had a troubling dream. No one in Egypt could explain it, but the cupbearer suddenly remembered Joseph. Joseph was brought from the dungeon, cleaned up, and brought before Pharaoh. With God's help, he interpreted the dream: 7 years of abundance would be followed by 7 years of severe famine. Pharaoh was so impressed, he made Joseph second in command over all of Egypt, placing him in charge of preparing the nation for the coming crisis. Joseph went from prisoner to prince in a single day. During the famine, people from all over the region came to Egypt to buy food, including Joseph's own brothers. They didn't recognize him, but he recognized them. He tested them, not out of revenge, but to see if their hearts had changed. And when he saw their remorse, Joseph revealed himself in one of the most emotional moments in the Bible. His brothers were terrified, thinking he would retaliate, but Joseph embraced them and said something extraordinary. "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring about this present result, to save many lives." Genesis 50:20. He forgave them. He provided for them. He reunited with his father. What started in betrayal ended in restoration. The message. Joseph's story teaches us this: life may not go the way we planned. People may hurt us. We may face setbacks, false accusations, and long seasons of waiting. But none of it is wasted. God uses every part of the journey, every pit, every prison, every delay, to prepare us for the palace, for the calling He has placed on our lives. So if you feel forgotten, abandoned, or stuck in a place that doesn't make sense, remember Joseph. Stay faithful. Keep showing up. Keep your heart soft. Because God's timing is perfect, and your story is not over. May you always remember, no matter what others may do, no matter what life throws at you, God is still writing your story, and the ending will be beautiful, glowing star. Stay strong. Stay faithful. Miracles happen in the waiting, folded hands.